Welcome to This Week Health. My name is Bill Russell. I'm a former CIO for a 16 hospital system and creator of This Week Health, where we are dedicated to transforming healthcare one connection at a time. Today, we have an interview in action from the 2024 conferences, the spring conferences, Vive in LA, HIMSS in Orlando. Special thanks to our sponsors, Quantum Health, Gordian, Dr. First, CDW, Gozio Health, Artisite, and Zscaler. You can check them out on our website, thisweekhealth.com. Now, on to our interview.
Hey, this is Drex, This Week Health, and we're at HIMSS 2024. Big show is on. All the streamings are happening. Wes Wright from Ordr with me.
Hello.
Wes and I have been partners in crime for many years. Mostly good stuff.
Mostly good stuff, not necessarily crime.
But for people who don't know you, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay. Wes Wright, Chief Healthcare Officer for Ordr. Kind of a made-up title, but I'm the head of Ordr healthcare stuff. So if you're in healthcare and you want some Ordr, come see me. Background: for 5 years I worked at Imprivata as a CTO out there, but more importantly than that, for 30 years prior to that, I was probably in one of y'all's seats as either CTO or CIO, and those times I couldn't duck fast enough. I even had to do an interim CISO every now and then. So with that background, I kind of feel like I know what folks need. That's what's really driven me to Ordr. I know if they put Ordr in, or an Ordr type of tool, Ordr would be best, of course. If you put that in, so many questions get answered so easily. I'm pretty enthused about it.
I think this goes on to the next question. Tell us about Ordr and what Ordr does and why such a good great fit for some of the challenges in healthcare.
Perfect. A little history about me in Ordr. Actually, you kind of have a little bit of history too. 2017 or so, I brought, at the time it was called cloud-based, into Sutter Health. I had a friend who said, hey, I know this person that can show you everything on your network. I don't believe you. And brought them in, and sure enough, they showed me everything on the network. And at that time, I left Sutter Health and went to Imprivata. Actually stayed on the advisory board for Ordr for the whole time. Have been with them, have watched them grow, have watched Ordr target the product more and more to really help the CISO and really operational IT. I know everybody thinks about Ordr and our competitors as the IOMT. Right. It's not. It's an asset visibility tool. You can see everything on your network. There's so many questions you can answer. So that's what Ordr is.
I was just having a conversation with somebody else about how everything's connected to everything.
Yep. Everything. And the cool thing is we can see everything talking to each other. One device may talk to CrowdStrike and then Workday, and then these devices are chatty little bastards. And they're talking all the time. And what we do is intercept all that API talk, put it in our database, and say, hey, based upon this, we know it's this type of device. And to your earlier comment, then we can also see, hey, that device is trying to talk to Russia. You may want to do something. We should probably make that a stone.
Well, one of the things we hear a lot of folks talking about in cybersecurity is network segmentation. You guys a part of that?
If I can see everything and see how everything's talking to each other, I can really set up ICE super easy now. But yeah, we're big in the segmentation, specifically with Cisco's ICE product, and we can also do it with Fortinet and Palo.
Integrated into the platform.
Integrated into the platform. Depends on your platform that you use. Our Protect platform, which most people use. If you deploy with sensors, then you can manage that equipment because those sensors talk to the gear. Some stuff we can do without the sensors, but that really deep packet inspection and moving micro segmentation. But I'm awfully glad you brought up segmentation because I just listened to a competitor on the stage over there that said something that I thought was heretical. And that was, well, segmentation's too hard and you should save that to the end. Exact opposite. Just the way things should happen. Just release their guidelines on asset management. And they said, first thing you should do is figure out what's on your network. Everything that's on your network. So we were good with that at Ordr. And the second thing they did made me think a little bit. They said, segment. Most people, like when I deploy Ordr, you can see all the vulnerabilities. Because we looked at all the vulnerability database, you can see just this massive amount of vulnerabilities. And everybody wants to dive into there and take care of those vulnerabilities. But they say, no, don't do that. Instead, macro segment. Get your PCI stuff away from everything else. Get your medical equipment away from everything else. So first thing, second thing, after you know where everything's at, second thing you do is get a macro segment. then you can dive into some of those vulnerabilities if you want to, but make it to where
People talk about the blast.
yeah, collateral damage is much smaller when you have these little tiny areas instead of this big flat network. So, by God, once you see everything, then slice it up to where it doesn't hurt each other.
The whole ship doesn't sink.
In our product, we'll show you, hey, this has a high risk vulnerability, but you mitigated it because of this thing in VLAN or ACL or something. You pull that out when we're reporting your high risk vulnerabilities. We know everybody mitigated that. But if you just went down your list and you started, if you do every one.
What's the big stuff that's here? And
yeah, it's not here yet. We're still demoing our 8.3 product here. But just around the corner, on March 19th, I think, we'll be announcing Ordr AI Chasm, which is a cyber asset attack surface management product. That's an acronym that comes from Gartner. Don't blame me for it. You can check that out. We're releasing that. Well, what's the big deal with that? It's a new way to get instant visibility data. So instead of, in our traditional way, instead of going out and taking the time to plug in a sensor here and over here, taking the network downtime, screw that. Instead, what we're doing is, remember we talked about all the devices on the network talk to APIs. They talk to something, or else they shouldn't be on the network. So instead, what we're doing is we go out and give as many API keys from our customers as possible, load those into our product, and start getting that data from the APIs. As a matter of fact, Snapchat's a great example. Our API integration with them is cloud to cloud. And you don't even have to be on-prem to get the data from CrowdStrike. And a lot of the APIs are that way. I talked to somebody earlier. If you had a tech guy sitting next to me on a Zoom call, we could stand up Ordr, this new Ordr Chasm AI. We could stand that up in 2 hours. And you would get visibility across your entire network in 2 hours.
that's pretty incredible to be able to turn it on that fast and not break anything. You're just seeing it only, right? And
The traffic is already being passed around on your network by somebody.
that's great. Well, I can't wait for that to be released. Say again, when?
March 19th is our target date for Ordr AI Chasm. At the same time, we have Ordr AI Protect, is what we call it. The product that we have now that really gives you that packet inspection. And if you want to monitor, like how often are my radiology machines on my MRI?
Sure.
That product we still have, still a great product. The cool thing is we've taken the deployment methodology from the Chasm AI and applied it to the Chasm Protect. So we can bring you that instant visibility. And then once you get that visibility, then we can take a look and say, okay, it's best to put a sensor over here.
So if you want more detail,
Yes.
phase one, see everything.
everything.
Understand what's going, then make really good, clear decisions about where to place sensors.
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, and most of the place in the hospital, we talked to a bunch of pictures. They don't want to put a sensor out in ambulatory clinic. They've got a whole bunch of stuff out there. We can see most of the stuff that's happening generally in that hospital. And frankly, pretty close to the radiology species where you probably want to throw your first sensor in.
What happened to ask you about? What else is going on? Other things that folks need to know?
The show, the HIMSS 2024 is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So let them know that I think that HIMSS is back. The interactions that we missed are back. They're coming out and join us.
It's good to see everybody. It's good to have the
Oh, yeah.
face-to-face interaction. COVID kind of disrupted, obviously, a lot of that. I think people then still had a little bit of a habit. I'm not going to go.
Right. Yeah. And I think because of that, a lot of people are going to come from this and vibe previously, but come from these conferences and go, I got a lot done face to face as compared to what it would have been with each
Thanks for
other.
your time. I appreciate it. It's good to see you.
Thanks for listening to this Interview in Action episode. If you found value in this, share it with a peer. It's a great chance to discuss and in some cases, start a mentoring relationship. One way you can support the show is to subscribe and leave us a rating. If you could do that, would be great. And we want to give a big thanks to our partners who make this possible: Quantum Health, Gordian, Dr. First, CDW, Gozio Health, Artisite, and Zscaler. You can learn more about them by visiting thisweekhealth.com/partners. Thanks for listening. That's all for now.